Your mother who is in heaven sent this through Michael. She's been trying to reach you for hours. Don't scroll, listen to this, because this message is meant for the part of your heart that's been hurting in silence, the part you never show anyone, the part that still misses a voice you can't hear anymore, a presence you still feel even though she isn't physically here. If this found you right now, it's because you've been carrying something heavy. Something emotional, something spiritual, something tied to the memory of the woman who shaped you, and the universe is using this moment to wrap you in comfort. When people talk about messages from heaven, it's not literal words floating down from the sky, it's the emotional pull you feel in your chest, the wave of intuition that hits you out of nowhere, the way your mother's memory rises at the exact moment you need strength. And when I say Michael, I'm talking about the symbolic force of protection, the spiritual energy that shows up when your soul needs a shield, when your heart needs a reminder that you are not walking through this season alone. You've been feeling her lately, haven't you? Those flashes of memory, those moments where you almost hear her voice in the back of your mind, those sudden bursts of emotion when you think of her not with pain, but with a strange warmth. Those are the ways love continues after life changes form. Listen to this, your heart needs it. You've been going through something quietly, trying to carry the weight on your own, and if she were here, she would be the one you'd run to, the one who would understand without you explaining, the one who would look at you and say, "You're stronger than you think." And even though she isn't here physically, the love she planted in you is still working, still guiding, still holding you together on nights you thought you would fall apart. Don't scroll, because this is the part you've been needing the most. You've been seeing signs, maybe 111, 444, 1010, or 1212, maybe feathers, maybe butterflies, maybe songs that seem to follow you. These signs aren't random. They're reminders that love doesn't leave, it transforms. They're reminders that the universe, your spirit guides, your angels, whatever name you use, are surrounding you with comfort during this time where your heart has been aching with old memories and new challenges. And that strong, warm, mother-like energy you've been sensing? That's your own soul pulling from the love she gave you, the lessons she taught you, the strength she placed inside you. She lives in the way you love, the way you forgive, the way you try again even when you're tired. She lives in your patience, your softness, your fight, your resilience. Listen to this, don't scroll, because there's something you've been struggling with, something that's been weighing on your spirit, something that feels bigger than you, and you've been asking the universe for clarity, for peace, for a sign. And the reason this message found you right now is because the universe is answering you with a memory. Your mother would never want you to carry this burden alone. She would want you to slow down, breathe, trust your intuition, and remember that you are protected. You've been worrying too much, stressing too much, doubting yourself too much. She would want you to know that you're not failing, you're growing. You're not alone, you're guided. You're not weak, you're evolving. And Michael, the symbol of protection, surrounds you with strength right now. Don't scroll yet, your heart needs this last part. You've been missing her in ways words can't describe, and sometimes that grief shows up disguised as exhaustion, or loneliness, or emotional overwhelm. But what you don't realize is that her love has never stopped holding you. When you feel that sudden warmth in your chest, when you hear a phrase that sounds like something she used to say, when you randomly think of her in the middle of your day, that's not coincidence. That's connection. That's memory stepping in to comfort you. That's your heart reminding you that the love she gave you didn't leave, it became a part of your soul. And right now, the universe is using that love to guide you out of this heavy season. She would tell you to keep going. She would tell you she's proud of you. She would tell you that everything you're worried about is going to work out in ways you can't see yet. She would tell you that she's with you, not literally, but spiritually, emotionally, energetically, in the way her love still shapes every decision you make. So take a breath. Put your hand over your heart. Feel that warmth? That's not the past. That's the love she left behind so you'd never have to face life without her strength. You are protected. You are guided. And you are not alone, not now, not ever. Don't scroll, listen closely, because if your heart has been feeling heavy, if your spirit has been restless, if the nights have felt longer than usual, this message is speaking directly to the part of you that's been quietly aching for comfort, for reassurance, for a sign that you're not walking through this season alone. Ever since you started thinking about your mother more, ever since certain memories started resurfacing. Memories that hit you out of nowhere, memories that make your chest tighten and your eyes water. The universe has been trying to wrap you in a warmth that feels familiar, a presence that feels safe, a love you haven't felt in a long time. This isn't about hearing literal voices from heaven, it's about the emotional echo of someone who shaped your heart so deeply that her love still guides you even from beyond the physical world. When people say, Archangel Michael, they're talking about protection, strength, and divine reassurance, and right now, that protective energy is surrounding you in a powerful way, almost like the universe stepping forward to remind you that you are not abandoned, you are not forgotten, you are not without guidance. Lately, you've been sensing her more often, haven't you? Those random moments when you suddenly think of her laugh, or her hands, or the way she used to look at you with that mix of love and understanding that only a mother can give. Those waves of emotion that wash over you when you least expect them. That tug in your chest that feels like someone is trying to comfort you from within. That's not imagination. That's emotional memory meeting spiritual awareness. It's the universe reminding you that love leaves a permanent imprint, and hers was one of the deepest you've ever known. Don't scroll, your soul needs this next message. You've been carrying something silently, something you've pushed down for too long. Maybe it's guilt. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's grief you never processed. Maybe it's the pressure of being strong for everyone else while you've been breaking quietly on the inside. And she would never want you to carry that alone. She would want you to breathe. She would want you to rest. She would want you to stop holding yourself to impossible standards. She would want you to know that you are doing your best, even on days you feel like you're falling apart. And she would want you to know that she sees your effort, not literally, but through the way her love still influences your choices, your values, your resilience. You've been seeing signs. 111, 333, 444, 555, little coincidences that happen at the exact moment you're missing her the most. A song that plays out of nowhere. A smell that reminds you of her. A memory that pops up at the perfect time. These signs are not messages from her, they're reminders that the love she gave you awakened your intuition, and that intuition is speaking louder now because you're entering a new season, a healing season, a season where the universe wants you to release the weight you've been carrying. Don't scroll. this is where the message gets deeper. You've been feeling disconnected from people lately, haven't you? Feeling misunderstood, unsupported, or emotionally distant from the world. But here's the truth your soul has been trying to reveal: this season of isolation isn't a punishment. It's preparation. You are being brought back to yourself, back to your core, back to the strength your mother planted in you long ago. And the reason you feel her energy so strongly right now is because you're stepping into a chapter she always wanted you to reach, a chapter where you're no longer surviving, but healing. A chapter where you're no longer carrying everyone else's pain while ignoring your own. A chapter where you're finally allowed to soften. Don't scroll, your heart needs this confirmation. She would be proud of you. For the battles you fought and never told anyone about. For the nights you cried quietly so no one would worry. For the way you keep giving love even after being hurt. For the way you try again even when you're tired. For the way you've kept going when life gave you every reason to stop. And while she cannot speak from heaven, the impact of her love continues to guide you through intuition, through inner strength, through the values she raised you with. And right now, the universe is using that memory to lift you out of the emotional heaviness you've been trapped in. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not lost. Take a breath and feel this: the love she gave you is still alive in you. It didn't fade. It didn't vanish. It transformed into strength, into intuition, into resilience, into the quiet courage you carry through every day. You are protected. You are guided. And even though she's not physically here, the universe is reminding you that her presence remains in the most powerful way a mother's love ever can, through the heart she shaped inside you. Don't scroll, listen to this carefully, because what's coming next is meant for the deepest part of your heart, the part that still aches quietly, the part that still reaches for comfort in ways you don't talk about, the part that has been longing for a connection that feels like home. If this message found you right now, it's because your spirit has been trembling with memories, emotions, and unspoken feelings, and the universe is stepping in to remind you of a love that never faded. You've been sensing your mother's presence, not physically, not in any literal way, but through the emotional waves that come out of nowhere, through the warmth that hits your chest when you feel overwhelmed, through the moments when your intuition suddenly strengthens, almost as if the love she left behind is wrapping itself around you like a blanket. You've been walking through something emotionally heavy, something that has made you feel alone even in a room full of people, but what you don't realize is that the strength she put inside you long ago is rising again, guiding you through this season silently, gently, spiritually. Don't scroll, your heart needs this next truth. Your mother's love didn't disappear when she left this world. It became a part of your soul, a part of your intuition, a part of the quiet voice inside you that helps you choose right when you're tempted to give up, a part of the wisdom that whispers when you're struggling, you've survived harder days than this. The universe has been sending you reminders because your heart has been calling out for guidance, angel numbers like 111, 444, 222, symbolic feathers, repeated songs, emotional flashes that come at the exact moment you're doubting yourself. These signs aren't messages sent from heaven, they are the reflection of a bond so deep that it still influences your energy, your choices, your healing. And lately, you've been thinking about her more than usual. You've been remembering small things, her voice, her phrases, the way she looked at you when she believed in you more than you believed in yourself. Those memories aren't random. They're rising because you're in a transition, a spiritual turning point, a moment where you're being asked to step into a stronger version of yourself, and your heart instinctively reaches for the love that shaped you. Don't scroll, this part will make something inside you settle. You've been carrying guilt, haven't you? Maybe guilt that you didn't say enough, maybe guilt that you didn't know more, maybe guilt for moments you wish you could go back and fix. But listen. She would never want you to live your life weighed down by what-ifs. She loved you with a love that forgives everything. The universe is asking you to release that guilt, to release that burden, to stop punishing yourself for things you had no control over. You're human. You did your best with what you knew at the time. And that is enough. She would want you to live with peace, not regret. She would want you to love yourself the way she loved you, freely, fully, endlessly. Don't scroll. Your spirit needs this next message. You've been feeling disconnected recently, unsure of where you're going, uncertain about your next steps, overwhelmed by responsibilities and emotions you've been swallowing for too long. But the universe is telling you that you are not lost. You are evolving. You are shedding an old version of yourself. You are releasing emotional weight that isn't yours to carry anymore. The reason you feel her presence so strongly right now is because you are entering a new chapter, one she always hoped you would reach, a chapter where you begin healing instead of hurting, where you begin choosing peace instead of chaos, where you begin following your intuition instead of your fear. The universe is aligning you with the strength you inherited from her, the resilience she planted inside you long before you realized how deeply you would need it. Don't scroll. Here is the emotional truth you've been needing: she would be proud of you. For how you love. For how you try. For how you keep going even when you're exhausted. For the responsibility you carry. For the battles you fight silently. For the way you care about people. For the way you've grown through every painful chapter. She would look at you and say, "You've become everything I hoped you would be." And the universe wants you to know that her love is not behind you, it's inside you. It shows up every time you choose kindness. Every time you stay strong. Every time you forgive. Every time you push through another day. Every time you refuse to give up. And right now, the universe is using that love to guide you forward, to lift you up, to carry you into the healing your heart has been craving for so long. You are protected. You are guided. You are loved, more deeply than you know. And even though she is no longer here in the way she once was, her love continues to shape the person you are becoming, the strength you are stepping into, and the future you're walking toward. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what I'm about to say is going to touch a place in your heart you haven't opened in a long time, a place you've kept quiet, a place that still aches softly when you think about her. If this message reached you right now, it's because the universe knows your heart has been carrying too much, holding too much, remembering too much, and your spirit has been reaching for a sense of comfort that feels familiar, the kind of comfort you used to feel when your mother was still physically here. This season of your life has been heavier than usual, filled with pressures you don't talk about, responsibilities you carry alone, emotions you push through without asking for help. And in the middle of all this, your heart has been calling out for the love that shaped you, the love that protected you, the love that taught you how to survive even the worst days. This isn't a literal message from heaven, it's the emotional echo of a bond so powerful that it still moves through your intuition, your memories, your inner strength. You've been feeling her more lately, haven't you? Those flashes of memory that feel too vivid, those moments you find yourself smiling at something she used to say, those random tears that fall when you remember how safe you felt with her. These moments aren't coincidences, they're your spirit reaching for the love that built you. And the universe is using that memory to lift you right now. Don't scroll, you need to hear this. You have been stronger than you realize. You've been carrying burdens she would have begged you to put down. You've been fighting battles she would have tried to protect you from. You've been pushing through days she would have held your hand through. And even though she's not here in the way she once was, her love still surrounds you through the lessons she left behind, the way you love, the way you fight, the way you care, the way you get back up after every struggle. You've been seeing signs too. Repeating numbers like 444, 111, 1212, songs that remind you of her, scents that bring her memory back, little moments that hit your chest with warmth, and these aren't random. These are reminders that her love didn't vanish, it transformed into intuition, into guidance, into small moments of comfort right when you need it. Don't scroll, your heart needs this next part. You've been holding on to some heavy guilt, some what-ifs, some I should have done more, some feelings you haven't said out loud because you think they make you weak. But listen, she wouldn't want you to carry that. She wouldn't want you to live in regret. She wouldn't want you blaming yourself for things you couldn't control. She loved you with a love that forgave everything, understood everything, and extended grace even when you made mistakes. She'd want you to breathe. She'd want you to heal. She'd want you to forgive yourself. And right now, the universe is asking you to let go of that guilt, not for her, but for you. Don't scroll, there's more your heart needs. You've been feeling disconnected from people lately, like no one fully understands you, like you're carrying the world on your shoulders, like you can't lean on anyone the way you used to lean on her. But this season of isolation is not punishment, it's transformation. You're being guided back to your inner strength, back to your intuition, back to the part of yourself she helped shape. The universe is building you into someone she would be so proud of. And the reason you've been sensing her energy so strongly is because you are entering a chapter she always hoped you'd reach, a chapter where you grow into the person she knew you could become. Don't scroll, because this next truth will soften your heart. She would be proud of you. For the way you keep going even when you're tired. For the way you love even after being hurt. For the way you try even when life feels overwhelming. For the way you survive things you never talk about. She would look at you right now and say, I know you're doing your best. And she'd tell you that your best is enough. You are enough. You've always been enough. And right now, the universe is reminding you that her love is still inside you. In your strength, in your compassion, in your bravery. Don't scroll yet, breathe for a moment. Place your hand over your heart. Feel that warmth? That's the love she gave you. That's the strength she left behind. That's the protection she planted in your spirit. You are not alone. You are guided. You are stronger than the season you're in. And her love, the love that shaped you, is continuing to carry you forward, holding you through every storm, reminding you that you have a future worth fighting for, a purpose worth living for, a life she would want you to live with peace, not pain. You are loved. You are protected. And you are being lifted into a new chapter built on healing, clarity, and the quiet strength she left in your heart. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what I'm about to tell you is something your soul has been quietly craving, something your heart has been whispering for, something your spirit has been trying to make sense of as you move through this heavy season of your life. You've been carrying so much, old grief, new responsibilities, hidden worries, unspoken pain. And whether you realize it or not, the love your mother planted inside you is rising up in ways that feel like she's guiding you, strengthening you, wrapping around you the same way she did when you were younger. This isn't about literal messages from heaven, this is about emotional truth, spiritual comfort, and the quiet way the universe reminds you of the love that shaped you. Lately, you've been feeling her more than ever. Those waves of emotion that strike out of nowhere, those warm chills that run through your body, those sudden moments where you hear her words in your mind, not as a voice, but as memory, instinct, intuition. You've been seeing signs too, angel numbers like 111, 444, 1010, or a random feather, a song she loved, a moment that feels like déjà vu, and every time it happens, your heart tightens the same way it did when she hugged you. The universe is not trying to communicate her words. It's trying to reflect her love through symbols your heart recognizes. And right now, you're in a chapter where that love is exactly what you need. Don't scroll, your heart needs this next truth. You've been trying to be strong for everyone around you. You've been carrying burdens she would never want you to hold alone. You've been pushing through pain she wished she could protect you from. And even though she's not physically here, the strength she gave you is. She raised you with a resilience that has carried you through storms that would have broken someone else. She taught you how to love deeply, how to forgive freely, how to survive silently, and how to rise even when it feels like everything is falling apart. And right now, that strength is waking up inside you because you are stepping into a transition. A moment where the universe is shifting your path, rearranging your circumstances, healing your wounds, and preparing you for a chapter of emotional restoration. Don't scroll, your spirit needs this. You've been blaming yourself for things that were never your fault. You've been holding guilt, regret, or sorrow thinking you should have known more, done more, said more. But she would never want that burden on you. She would tell you that you did your best. She would tell you that you loved her in all the ways that mattered. She would tell you that her love for you was unconditional, unshakable, unwavering. And she would tell you that she doesn't want her memory to be something that weighs on your heart, she wants it to be something that lifts you. She would want you to forgive yourself, to breathe deeper, to stop punishing yourself for things that were out of your control. And the universe is urging you to let that emotional weight go. Don't scroll, there's more your soul needs to hear. You've been feeling disconnected from the world, like no one fully understands what you're going through, like you're walking through life carrying invisible pain. But this season of isolation is not cruelty, it's transition. The universe is rebuilding you, reshaping you, strengthening you. You're not being abandoned, you're being prepared. And the reason memories of your mother feel stronger right now is because you are becoming the version of yourself she always believed you'd grow into. You're becoming wiser. You're becoming more intuitive. You're becoming more aware of who you are and what you need. And even though she is not physically beside you, the influence of her love is guiding every step you take. She lives in the way you stand up again. She lives in the way you care for others. She lives in the way you protect your heart. She lives in the way you rise from pain. Don't scroll, your heart needs the final truth. She would be proud of you. Not just for what you've accomplished, but for who you've become. For your kindness. For your resilience. For the way you keep choosing hope even when you're tired. For the way you fight through days she knows are heavy. For the way you carry love, even with a broken heart. She would want you to know that you are doing enough. You are becoming enough. You have always been enough. And right now, the universe is wrapping you in a reminder of her love, not to make you sad, but to help you heal, to give you comfort, to bring you peace. So breathe. Let your shoulders relax. Let your heart soften. You are protected. You are being guided. You are not alone. Her love didn't end, it lives inside you, and it will carry you into the beautiful season the universe is preparing for you. Don't scroll. Listen to this closely, because what I'm about to speak is something your heart has been holding onto for far too long, something you buried so deeply that you've forgotten how heavy it really is. You've been moving through your days with a quiet strength, a bravery you never give yourself credit for, and yet inside, there is a softness that has been aching for comfort, the kind of comfort only your mother ever gave you. And even though she isn't physically here, the love she poured into you is still alive, still guiding you, still showing up in the corners of your life in ways you don't always recognize. You felt it recently, haven't you? Those sudden waves of emotion rushing through you when you're alone, those unexpected moments where her memory hits you so vividly it feels like the air shifts, those flashes of warmth that appear right when you need strength the most. These aren't literal messages from heaven, they are emotional echoes, spiritual comfort, the universe using the imprint she left on your soul to remind you that you are not walking through this season alone. And lately, your heart has been whispering for reassurance, for relief, for clarity, because you've been carrying worry, responsibility, and emotional pressure in silence. You've been asking life to give you a break, but you don't say it out loud. You've been wanting comfort without knowing where to find it. And that's why this message found you. Don't scroll, your spirit needs this. The universe is reminding you that the love she gave you was never meant to fade. She raised you with wisdom that lives in your intuition, kindness that lives in your heart, strength that lives in your spine, and compassion that lives in your soul. That's why during your hardest moments, you instinctively think of her. Not because she's speaking to you, but because her love shaped the way you cope, the way you heal, the way you rise. You carry her in your reactions, in your decisions, in your gentleness, in your courage. And right now, you are in a chapter where that love is guiding you more than ever. You've been seeing signs, 111, 444, 1212, little synchronicities that make you pause. You've been feeling familiar emotions you haven't felt in years. You've been dreaming more, thinking deeper, remembering more clearly. These signs aren't supernatural messages, they're reflections of your awakening, your healing, your connection to the parts of yourself she helped create. Don't scroll, there's something you need to hear. You've been running on empty. You've been holding back tears. You've been pretending to be okay for the sake of others. And she would never want that for you. She would want you to breathe, to rest, to let yourself feel, to let yourself heal. She would want you to stop blaming yourself, stop doubting yourself, stop carrying guilt that was never yours. She would want you to know that life is not punishing you, it's shaping you. And the reason her memory feels stronger right now is because you are entering a season where you must reconnect with your inner strength, the strength she planted in you. Don't scroll, the next part will touch you. She would be proud of who you've become. She would be proud of the battles you've fought, the love you've given, the compassion you show, the resilience you carry, the wisdom you've gained. She would look at you and say, I see you trying. I see you hurting. I see you growing. And I love you. You've been feeling a sense of spiritual pulling because you're transitioning into a new phase of your life. One that requires you to let go of old pain, forgive yourself for things you can't change, and release the emotional weight you've been carrying alone for far too long. And even though she can't be here physically, the universe is reminding you that her love still moves through you. It shows up in the way you protect others. It shows up in the way you speak kindly. It shows up in the way you fight for your own healing. Don't scroll, breathe for a moment. Put your hand on your chest. Feel that heartbeat? That's your strength. That's your survival. That's your connection to every lesson she taught you. You are not alone. You are guided. You are protected. You are loved in ways that time, distance, or death cannot take away. And right now, the universe is asking you to step into the next chapter with the knowledge that her love didn't leave, it became the foundation of who you are. You are stronger than you think, braver than you know, and more loved than you realize. And the season you're stepping into will prove that to you in ways you've never imagined. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what I'm about to say is reaching straight into the part of your heart that has been whispering for comfort in the quiet moments, the part you never show the world, the part that still feels the echo of your mother's love even though she's no longer physically here. You've been walking through a season where everything feels heavier than it used to, where responsibilities pile on top of your shoulders, where your emotions hit deeper than before, where your heart feels like it has too much to hold and nowhere safe to release it. And even though you've been trying to be strong, trying to keep moving, trying to keep smiling, the universe knows there is a softness inside you that has been aching, a softness your mother used to protect. And lately, she's been on your mind more than usual. You've been remembering her voice, her laugh, the way she cared for you, the way she understood your silence better than anyone else ever has. Those aren't random memories, those are emotional reminders rising up because your spirit is searching for the kind of comfort she gave you. And the universe is using that memory to guide you right now. Not through literal messages, but through strength, through intuition, through the same comforting energy she taught your heart to recognize. Don't scroll, your soul needs this next truth. You've been seeing signs everywhere, haven't you? Repeating numbers like 111, 333, 444, little synchronicities that show up right when you're thinking about her, moments where the air feels still, where your chest warms up, where you feel a strange peace wash over you. These are not messages from beyond. They are reflections of your own spiritual awakening, reminders that her love is still part of your inner compass. You carry her in the way you care, the way you give, the way you love, the way you survive. And right now, that love is guiding you toward healing. You've been holding on to guilt, regret, or unanswered questions, wondering if you did enough, wondering if she knew how much you loved her, wondering if she would be proud of the person you've become. Hear this, she would be. She would see the weight you carry, the effort you give, the way you love others, the resilience you built out of broken pieces, and she would say, "You are doing better than you think." She would want you to forgive yourself, to stop holding responsibilities that were never yours to carry, to stop blaming yourself for situations you couldn't control. Don't scroll, your heart needs the next part. You've been walking through life feeling disconnected from others, like people don't see the depth of what you're going through, like they don't recognize the strength it takes for you to keep showing up. But the universe is telling you that this season of isolation is not to punish you, it's to prepare you. You are being reshaped, strengthened, softened in the right places, toughened in the right ways. And the reason your mother's memory feels so close right now is because everything she taught you is aligning with the person you're becoming. You're in a spiritual transition. You're shedding old pain. You're letting go of old patterns. You're stepping into a version of yourself she always believed you could grow into. And while she cannot walk beside you physically, she is present through the habits she left you, the compassion she taught you, the strength she modeled for you. Don't scroll. There's a truth your heart has been waiting to hear. You are not failing. You are evolving. You are not breaking. You are transforming. You are not alone. You are being guided, protected, watched over in the most loving and spiritual way, not because someone is sending messages from heaven, but because the love you received from her was so powerful it became part of your identity. You think of her in your strongest moments, and your weakest ones, because she shaped the way you navigate life. Her influence didn't leave with her body. It stayed in your heart, in your intuition, in your courage. And right now, that love is helping you move through every emotional wave you've been experiencing lately. So take a deep breath. Feel your chest rise. Feel the warmth inside you. That is love. That is strength. That is legacy. You carry her everywhere you go. You carry her in the way you comfort others. You carry her in the way you protect your peace. You carry her in the way you try again every single day, even when you're tired. And the universe wants to remind you that the season you're walking into is going to bring clarity, healing, and emotional restoration. You are stepping into a chapter she would be proud of. A chapter where you finally feel the peace you've been asking for. A chapter where you stop surviving and start truly living again. A chapter where the love she gave you becomes the foundation for the future you're building. Don't forget this: you are loved, you are guided, and her influence lives in every beat of your heart.